Mic on.
What's up, guys? Let's start the video by saying welcome aboard this United 671 flight to San Diego from San Francisco. Real easy route today. Pretty much just a departure, an arrival, and a VOR. Um, as mentioned and seen before, we're using United Airlines Flight 671. It's actually a real-world flight that will be departing later today. Let's get some power to the aircraft and make it light up all fancy Christmas stuff. Batteries and external power, which I prematurely clicked and it was like, nope. Right, so power to the airplane. One more thing. Start aligning the instruments here. Right, so at this point, we know our trusty FMCs. So we're going to use GSX, as mentioned in the description, to load the aircraft real time. So we're going to load passengers, cargo, and fuel real time using GSX automatically. So the FSLabs here is integrated with GSX, which is kind of freaking awesome if you ask me. So why not use it, right? The airplane's going to make some beeping noises, and don't be alarmed, guys. Don't be alarmed. It's okay. It's okay, I promise. Nothing's on fire like it says it is. No big deal. More warnings. It's okay. It's okay. The first thing I like to do is get the flight plan in. We're going to need that for the fuel plan, and then we'll need that fuel to start the fuel truck over here to give us fuel, of course. So KSFO to KSAN. Don't tell me where it's at. Boom chicken. United Airlines 671. Got it wrote down on my notepad. Have to confirm. I'm going to use a cost index of my birth year because I didn't pay for this fuel, and neither did any of us. So, again, why not? Why not? It's a short flight. Let's make it shorter. For our cruise altitude, actually, 37,000 feet seems pretty comfortable with 27 knot tailwind, although, yeah, 37,000 feet sounds all right. Sounds all right to me. That's a question. Does anybody know? Does the company choose the altitude for the flight, or is that at the discretion of the pilot? Things that make you go, Today it's at the discretion of the pilot, which is me, I hope. And we're going up to 37,000. Right, so we need to decide on... Oh, wait. This is where this comes in, and this, and boarding. Right, so we're going to request the boarding at 1730. So let's go 103.3. That works. That's a fairly light load. We'll put in, not 13, 1730. Boom. Request. Requested. So 1730, and we'll keep an eye on this. It should automatically start boarding. If it doesn't, we'll just board it instantly because we can do that because it's a flight simulator. So these two numbers here are why I went through that process. So I need these two numbers to put into here because if I clear this useless message and just click, it's going to automatically want to put in what the airplane is loaded at right now. And that's not what we're using for the flight. So let's get rid of that nonsense. We don't need that. We need these. 103.3 is our planned. And our zero fuel CG is 29.5. So put that there. And planning. So it says we need 11.2, or 8.2, sorry. That only gives us an extra 10 minutes, so how about 9.2? What's that do? This doesn't load the aircraft live. This is simply for planning purposes, and I'm not sure if this is actually in the real airplane or not. So, please don't ask me that question. I don't know that much about the Airbus. I do know it's fun to fly with its fly-by-wiriness and such. I want a little more fuel than that. 45 minutes is good on regulation, but just to ease the comfort, let's just do 10.6. Let it update. 52 minutes still. I'd like an hour. You're just gonna go big or go home. 10.9. That should give us that. That should give us an hour. Close enough. God damn it. Right. So we need 10.9. Initialize. United Airlines 671. Trip time of 58 minutes. Cool. Initialize. We need this. Block fuels 5200. JK. 5200 is trip fuel. Block fuel is 10,900. We'll just leave the taxi fuel at 400 pounds. Why not? Via GSX. I had a friend tell me to put a 1 in this section. Not quite sure what it means, but I've always put a 1 there. And back to our predicted 103.30 fuel weight. Got about 11 minutes before she starts loading. But we're going to send off this fuel data. And that should get the fuel truck going. Yeah, what up, United? Get it? While we're here, we want that one. Quickly switch outside to this fancy jetway angle I set up. Look at this guy. Tom. Shout out to Tom. Tom's a cool cat. Although I thought he was in his 50s. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. This GSX stuff is pretty cool. Look, United on the jetway. Let's go here. Oh, it's all United! What? Who'd have thought? That would look so cool. Anyway. Back inside, because we got stuff to handle. Like turning on all these fuel pumps. Because we're going to start the APU shortly. And the crew probably needs a little bit of oxygen from time to time, so turn that button on too. Yeah, that's pretty much it up here for now. Essentially, we do need to pick up ATIS information. Let me use my trusty ForeFlight here to get that frequency. 118.85. You could hear the doubt in my voice, couldn't you? There's 3 frequencies, but 2 of them I don't think I can tune to. So we're going to choose that one. Oh, what up? Good guess.
73 at 10. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky conditions. Few clouds at 800. 1,500. Scattered. Temperature 18. Dew point 13. Altimeter 3002. Visual. Runway 28 right and visual. Runway 28 left in use. Landing and departing. Runway 28 right and runway 28 left. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You had Bravo.
Bravo.
San Francisco Airport information. Bravo.
We have Bravo. Cool. Alright. Talk about our flight plan today. We're going to depart using the offshore 2 departure and 28 left. Then we're going to fly direct to the Ventura VOR or Victor Tango uniform, and then we're going to use the Comics 2 arrival in San Diego. So, 28 left on the runway. This one. Oh, is there a new nav cycle update today of all days? Oh, goodness. Apparently it's offshore 1. But same, there's probably an update today. Damn it. I'm gonna send it. I'm just gonna send it. Victor Tango uniform. One of those useless messages that I cleared probably told me that my nav data was out of date. But, yep, didn't read it. We're going to expect 09, actually. Yeah, there had to have been a cycle update, because... Go figure. Go figure. Okay. Quick skim through this. Yes. Same nav aids it seems in both, so... I think we'll be alright still. A little bit of some manual there. I think it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. I think the fuel truck's here. I hear something running outside. Oh yeah, look at him! Get to work, boys! We got places to be! Okay? Please? Wait a minute, it'd probably help if I did this. I just knocked my lighter off my desk. See, I can open this. I can do it from here. Hey, get to work, boys! I'm just playing. We do have places to be, though. Ah, you don't need accurate nav aids to get from point A to point B, do you? Boys, we're loading fuel. You know what's kind of cool? I can grab my Xbox controller, which allows me to manipulate the camera all fancy like this for you guys in like videos. See that? That's all Xbox 360 controller work, just to fill you in on a little secret. Look at that cinematic. Look at that United A319. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Hey, you got power to this thing. You should probably turn that on. You know, probably wouldn't hurt to get that there stuff on. That works. Okay. Back to the outside. Yes, look, now she's dancing. Alright. To the original point, if I come down here very scary close to this engine, which I just love these exhaust ports here because they're so big. Look at them engines. Let's take a look at our fuel here. Apparently Chase Plane says I can walk on the ground. This must be like a walking mechanic that I just found out about just now, so thank you. You can actually watch our fuel come up. Oh, too far, you just put your head through the damn panel, dude. What are you doing? He's drunk. Arrest him. Was it a United pilot that was arrested? Why do I feel like it was another airline? I don't think it was. What pilot was arrested because they were drunk? Shout out to the dudes. Who knows that? Was it Delta? I feel like it was Delta or American. I know they had like two back-to-back because it was a pilot and a stewardess or flight attendant or something like that. Stewardess? I feel like my terminology here is way, way wrong. Damn, $1,000 in fuel? Oh, this is gonna make me sick. I'm so glad we're not paying this. I'm gonna walk away. You guys, you go ahead and charge the United for this, would you? They own the airplane, they just pay me to fly it. Who needs nav aids? Just use the stars like the old school travelers. I put a few concrete arrows along my route, so as long as the clouds are away, we'll be alright. Also, luckily it's a coast flight, so I'll just fly along the coast essentially. If we tend to, you know, start to veer off course and what have you, I assure you it'll be okay. So if that window's open, I should open this window. And I'm sure that jetway, yep, that jetway's gonna like clip on me if I look at it. Look at how hideous that looks though. I think it has something to do with, no, it doesn't have anything to do with the zoom. It's just gonna do it anyway. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. It definitely has everything to do with the zoom, huh? Interesting. My headrest is being dumb, but that's a headrest, and usually they are. Let's put the armrest up. There's no relaxing time yet. Boarding has been officially requested right on time. Excellent. Excellent. Let's read our messages here. 18-minute taxi time. Cool. Check out the load sheet. 0 fuel weight. That's good, good, good. Boarding passengers now. The door should automatically open up here, actually, if we monitor this little pop-up here. GSX should even open the door. Yep, just like that. Opened it. Opened! Check! So far, so good. I mean, aside from the little departure-arrival mishaps. Okay, instead of offshore 2, it's offshore 1 because My dumbass forgot to check my nav cycles and or ignored one of the messages that came up on the FMC that I'm sure somebody will point out for me. In reality, I just didn't read the dates on the first page. Should definitely pay more attention to that, huh? Lesson learned. What not to do when flying the FSLabs. What is that shadow doing? And then when I turn my head, it's gone. Interesting. Next page. Got 60 people on board, including you guys. Crew's boarded. Get to work. Okay. Well, 10,900, yeah. Ideally, I probably should have had this here on before these guys started hopping on this bad bitty. But, you know, whatever. You spool up and you'll power and cool. You do it now. Right. Go ahead and send the company the fuel report.
Hi, thank you.
We'll request performance shortly. For now, we'll get the airplane all buttoned down. Oh, sit down and get your belts on, damn it! And no smoking, except for me. I got a window that opens, haha! I hope it seals when I shut it again, otherwise I'll black out, eventually die. Nobody will ever know it, because my door locks. Ha! Wait, it's probably open right now because it's so noisy. Let's check this. APU's available. Oh, damn headrest, man. Always in the way and shit. Oh, door's not open. You know what, I'm confusing this with another airplane. You can't open this. Ha 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 ha. Funny. Soli G would not recommend shooting the window out of your airplane. Would not recommend. Because then everybody's going to have to put on oxygen masks and nobody's going to be very happy with you. Because we don't delay our flights. You understand? We're getting there. Some background noise as the passengers load is actually quite lovely. Let's click on the bleed air and wake the airplane up a little bit. Yes. Had to turn my volume up. Did it just say 43 passengers up there? It did. We will get an updated load sheet, more than likely. Just click on the options and monitor the payload page. Looking for zero fuel weight of 103.3.
I'm right next to her.
Yeah, I noticed. I'm not sure why it's flashing ridiculously. Probably a bug with GeForce. Let's see what this does. Hey, fixed. Congratulations, you guys got to see me change some settings live just for you. We don't need no seizures on the stream, okay? That would constitute a medical emergency, and we would have to get this bird down. That would cause delays. Remember, we don't delay. Passengers are loading. Let's go here. Take a peek at him. That dude just walked through the frickin' motor. Oh my god. I see dead people. I see dead people. Dude, don't act like nothing happened here, man. Don't act like nothing happened. My shadows are spazzing. I was taught as a child not to look directly into the sun. It tends to burn your retinas. We can do it because this is a simulator. I'm simulating burning my retinas. This guy's dead. He walks through buildings and stuff. He's been at this job so long he can't leave. And nobody closed the door. Welcome to the FSLabs integrated with GSX. United. Flight 671. Oh man. What have I got myself into? With outdated nav data at that. You gotta navigate using the stars. And if that doesn't work, luckily the flight we chose today is along the shoreline, so we'll just fly along the shore. We'll get ATIS again here in a moment. Guess I'm just gonna have to deal with the shadows spazzing. Co-pilot's over here relaxing. He ain't got nothing to do. He's got the day off. I'm flying this airplane solo today.
Airport information, Echo 173 Minor Zulu, wind 263 at 14, visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition, clouds at 800, 1,000,
Good to know.
100, scattered, ceiling 1,400, broken, temperature 182.13, altimeter 3002, visual runway 28,
Cool.
right hand,
Cool.
visual runway 28, left hand.
Excellent. Excellent. That's all I need to know for now. Oh, if I press this button, and this button, I reckon, we should hear the crew talk in the background. Just testing my dome light there because I had to do a fresh install of this airplane. My dome light quit working. Come to find out there's some other thing. Ha! There you go, Tom. Tom says, Ronnie, your Xbox controller setup gave me the idea to set up Chase Plane on my RC controller. No longer will I have to rely on janky keyboard and mouse. Ah, the glory. Let's go ahead and take a look at our systems here. I'll just pop this out so it looks a little nicer for everybody and just put it right in the middle of my screen right there. Pressurization's not going to do jack diddly right now. It ain't going to do jack diddly. What I can do is turn on the electric pump. It's like one more passenger getting on, I think, or something. A little bit. Doors closed. Nope. That must be the fuel we've burnt. Right. So everybody's on board. We got a company message. Takeoff performance info. Excellent. Let's pop these up. And we'll get our performance request. Departure KSFO. We're getting ready for start up. My favorite part. 2-8 left. There. That matches the temperature I wrote down for ATIS, and that matches the INHG. It's like inches of mercury or something like that. That I've also wrote down for ATIS. So the next page here, we're not going to use takeoff, max takeoff power. We're going to use our flex temp power. And we're going to use flaps 1 for takeoff there. So our estimated takeoff weight is 113.7. Estimated takeoff CG 27. We're going to round that up to 27.7. Because only 1 decimal goes there. And it would have rounded it up for me anyway. And then we're going to send it. And by that I just mean the message. We're just sending it to the company. They shall get back to us momentarily. APU bleed is on. We don't need external power. Get rid of all this. Goodbye. Goodbye. I said good day. She gone. Right. All that looks good up there. Got the electric pump on to take care of our trim here in a moment. So if I go back, we have not received our performance yet. However, let's prepare for pushback. Ooh. Ooh. There's an easier way to handle this. I want straight back, honestly. Nose right works. No. As much as I wish we could watch him push us back, we have our performance information. So, let's go here. This is going to give us a bunch of information that we're going to need to use for this page.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
So our stability trim is up 0.8. There's up 0.8, so that's set. Flaps are going to be 1.
Locking gear.
Flex temp is 77. And our speeds here will automatically be put in for us if we just click once and then click again.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes.
He's gonna yell at me for just a hot second.
Release
Because
parking brakes.
that and that and that and that.
Release parking
They're
brakes.
off!
Commencing push.
They're off! Thank
engines
you,
clear.
dickhead!
Start and
Thank you! Fucking hope once you get done pushing this airplane back, you get sucked into the engine. But that would cause delays, and shame on me! Alright. Start engine. Whoa, whoa, one too many rolls there, hot sauce. Engine 2. Welcome, engine 2. Is GSX on drugs here, or what? Center line, where are you taking me? I'm just gonna let him do his job, I guess. He's just gonna push me around because I pissed him off or something.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and brace position which you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 2 in the middle, and 2 at the front. Floor line will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you.
That damn seat. I accidentally grabbed the seat.
All cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and
Alright.
released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times.
Dude!
If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own
Damn, I'll turn around myself. You drunk ass.
If we land on board, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your
Set
waist.
parking brakes.
Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the
Not sure where GSX was taking me, but we're gonna start this second engine, turn around our damn self. Need a job done right, do it yourself.
We also carry
Figure out our
flotation
taxi here.
Your tray table must now be stowed, armrests down,
Unlocking gear.
lines open, and
Alright,
seatbelts
we
fastened.
should be able to just take Bravo into
Tow
Foxtrot.
truck disconnected.
Foxtrot
Bypass
all
pin
the way to
removed.
28 left, so... Engine 1 is coming up.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Thanks! Dude, you were about to push me all the way out of this thing. I know you were. Good old-fashioned Airbus. Oh yeah. What's up, Airbus? What's up? Right. Wrong. Click. Strobe lights on auto. Taxi lights. Let's confirm my engines are stable, and they are. We'll go ahead and get the APU off.
Cabin crew seats for departure, please.
Get that off. And that should, yep, packs are back on. Cabin is ready. Temperatures are looking decent. Yeah, ready for taxi. Okay. I don't know if these engines just produce so much thrust that it's always pushing the aircraft forward, but gotta use a lot of braking technique in this thing to keep it at a reasonable pace. Oh, too much right brake. Hey man, you're lopsided. Just gonna do a little left-hand shimmy here in Bravo 4. Make a right on Bravo. Bravo should take us all the way. It'll loop around over here, but either way it should. Yes. This airplane is really fun to hand fly, actually. What in the hell, my waves are going ape. They're going cray-cray, as the gangsters would say, I think. I'm not a gangster, so no idea.
Enter runway 109, 9,200 feet remaining.
Hey, 4 Flight, I got news for you. Still on the taxiway. It's kind of hard to taxi from that view. I'm also doing 23 knots. Oh man. Slow it down a bit. Alright, we're looking for Foxtrot. There is Foxtrot. Okay, wrong way. Boom. Takeoff. Seems, whoa, too much tiller. I used too much tiller there. Now I'm in a nasty, vicious cycle of hydraulic simulation. Oh man, don't overwork the tiller. Actually, going in a relatively straight line, it's safest to use the rudder pedals. So the rudder pedals don't give you the full motion of nose wheel steering, but it's a more accurate, smoother motion. Gonna veer off to the right, follow Foxtrot to the end of the runway, and then we take off. Yes, Tom, it is default scenery. Unfortunately, I'm not on X-Plane. I wanted to do the FSLabs. X-Plane is coming. I am gonna have a pretty cool San Diego approach on my X-Plane simulator in the Zebo mod coming to the channel very soon. But for now, it's all about the FSLabs and managing these brakes without veering me off centerline here, because I tend to be doing that a lot. These engines are like stupid powerful. Maybe tone them down a bit. I don't feel like riding the brakes is healthy. I really hope this vape isn't that loud. Hey, runway threshold, what's up, dude? Right, so serious time. Gotta be serious for a moment until we get the autopilot on. Should probably move my mic a little closer to my mouth. We'll stop right there. Set the parking brake just for temporary purposes. I like turning the strobe to on for some reason. Maybe that's a bit overdue-ish, but meh. So we no longer need the electric pump on, and just to confirm that, we'll go down here, check the hydraulic page, and what do you know? Green, blue, yellow all have hydraulic pressure, and actually are all reading good. Flaps are set to 1. Our autopilot is set. We're going to take off, climb to 10,000 feet first. I'm not going to deal with any ATC. We're going to do our own thing today. I just read Tom's and Hale's comment. We're going to do our own thing today, and instead of Offshore 2 and Comics 2 for our departure and arrival respectively, like I mentioned before, it's going to be Offshore 1 and Comics 1 because I didn't update my nav data. Before we take off, I am going to listen to ATIS one more time. Make sure the altimeter setting isn't gone crazy or the wind.
Wind 263 at 14. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky conditions. Few clouds at 800. 1,100. Scattered. Ceiling 1,400. Broken. Temperature 18. Dew point 13. Altimeter 3002. Visual. Runway 28 right and visual.
Excellent. Excellent.
Landing and departing.
Yes.
VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have golf.
Alright, we have golf and we're cleared for takeoff because I said so. Windows are closed. If we taxied out here with open doors, I'm going to be pissed. And we didn't! Great news! The APU is shut off. Engine instruments are all in the green, looking good. Exhaust gas temperature is a little hotter on the right engine, but who needs 1 degree? Okay, we're set for takeoff. Let's disengage the parking brake and get real scared for a moment. This may end badly. I hope it ends smooth, though. We'll find out, won't we? I'm real bad with these brakes, and I apologize. They tend to veer me off center line a lot. So if you see me suddenly dip off center line, you know, it's the brake work. Here I'm not going to be using brakes, obviously. This is going to be rudder, but cabin's ready, landing lights, strobe lights are good to go. Good to go. Should I do one outside on the tarmac little FSLabs A319 ready for takeoff. Alright, without further delay, let's go. Flex temp. Oh, there's like a goofy shadow on the screen. That's not distracting at all, or anything. 80 knots has been long past.
V1.
Positive rate, gears going up. Alright, so far so good. Gears up, flaps are up. We're cleaned up, ready to skyrocket. Throttle levers are coming down to climb thrust setting. They didn't lock in. They did now because I heard the click. Oh yeah. Nose down just a little bit here. I have not turned on the autopilot yet. We are hand flying still. Because this fly-by-wire is really incredible. Coming up above the clouds, it looks like. Lots of clouds, actually, and bug guts on the window. That's cool, though. It's cool. Right, autopilot is on. Thought about doing this turn manual, but you know what? What's instead? Look at this turn from the wing. Oh yeah, spoiler workage. Spoiler workage. $8,000 feet already, and we're still going. I'm gonna go up to 10,000 feet, level off for just a second. I'll shut off some lights, do some fancy work, and then we'll just take it right on up to 37,000. Well, so much for using the shoreline to navigate and or the stars and or those concrete arrows I planted before this flight, like the old time days. Looks like we gotta go old-fashioned. So there's our level off at 10,000. I'm gonna shut the logo light off, the beacon lights on, taxi lights can come off, and the landing lights. And I'm gonna turn on my dome light because I haven't been able to use it yet. I mentioned before I ran into a little bug with that. Yeah, that was kind of a bummer. But fresh install seems to have done the trick. Whoops. Go ahead and go on up. Bro, your ground spoilers are still armed. Thanks. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt
Listen to him.
fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets
You listen
are
to him.
located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes. In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. All details can be found in your in-flight program. You can also purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks.
Hot
from the
beverages.
We accept payment in pounds, euros.
We'll get up to 18,000 feet. We'll set standard altimeter setting, and then we'll turn the seatbelt sign off for these ungrateful people
Just ask us as we join you.
who probably don't understand the importance of turning off your cell phone. Actually, most of them probably leave it on. I would go that far as to say, what do you guys think? Do you think most people leave their cell phones on when they're told to turn it off? Or do you think they just like silence it and leave it on? And shove it in their pocket, out of sight, out of mind? Sully G, you're the worst kind of passenger, you know it? By the way, he's a real-life friend, so I'm just gonna dog on him on stream. You're the worst kind of passenger. Nah, you're right. It really doesn't. But how do we know? Maybe that's what caused the 737 MAX 8s. Somebody was on their damn cell phone when they shouldn't have been. Let me do that. This cockpit, though, it looks amazing. Oh, I think the announcement did mention airplane mode too, didn't it? I don't think it mentioned off specifically anyway. Hey, there's 18,000 feet. Let's look up. Yeah, poll. I pushed it. How about we poll it? Yeah. Alright, standard. Alright, you guys can take your seatbelts off now. This is still a no smoking flight, so don't do that. E-cigarettes are allowed, though. Should be at the pilot's discretion. Anybody complains about it, tell them to point to the nearest exit, you know? Just point to the nearest exit. Don't let it hit you on your way out. Staring at the overhead panel is probably not the best. You know what camera position I've always loved? This one, right here. Like right on the glare shield, is that what that's called? Glare shield? Pretty sure. Right on top of the glare shield, looking down the nose. I love that view. They've actually introduced a ban here in Illinois for flavored e-cigarette liquids. Sully. Oh, damn, he pressed a button. I almost dropped the Xbox 360 controller when it's fall off my leg. I had to catch it. I caught it, in case you're wondering. But in doing so, ladies and gentlemen, we seem to have hit some clear air turbulence. Just a reminder, keep that seatbelt on if you're in your seat. To anybody on the pooper right now, I hope it helped. I hope it helped. To anyone on the pooper. Right. I haven't really looked at this thing. It looks pretty cool, actually, how it comes out of the ceiling like that. Let me, can I click it again? Look at that. Look at that. That's awesome. Let's really investigate it. Wow, they even got the back to it? Impressive. Impressive. Huh. There's pretty much not a thing. What is that knob? What is that thing? Does that control a light of sorts? Is that a microphone? Does anybody know what that is? Just floating around the cockpit, climbing up 37,000 feet, burning fuel. Got 8,240 pounds on board. If I click on the fuel page, hey! Wow, it does pounds per minute? Impressive. I like that level of accuracy. Huh. Oh yeah, back to the cockpit. This thing is amazing. Oh, apparently you gotta do this guy's too. In reality, that would have been the co-pilot's job. Come on, man, slacking. Although I did say I was flying this airplane solo. So go ahead, sit back, relax. It'll be okay. Oh, you know what? I could just like move this seat back so that way when we're in this seat, watch. Oh, no more clipping. Excellent, excellent. Word. I don't think e-cigs should be banned. Competition is good in the economy, however. Zoom, zoom. I love those engines. They look so cool. Lots of clouds over California today. I think Georgia has bans on e-liquids or something along those lines too. E-cigs or e-liquids. But Kyle was telling me about it when he went down to Florida. Whoops. I missed that discontinuity, but she good now. Right. Top of descent seems to be 4 miles after MRVEL. Excellent. Excellent. I like to monitor the systems on this thing because I'm not quite sure what it's going to throw at me. I don't know the Airbus systems 100%. Some lovely little mountains poking out over there. I don't know the Airbus systems 100%, but there is competition when you look at each pack of cigarette as being $10. I mean, it's no secret that I vape. Hell, I've done it on this stream, so my e-liquid juice lasts much, much longer than a pack of cigarettes did for me. The tobacco industry is always going to thrive. You got to realize the tobacco industry is also not just cigarettes. They sell plain bags of tobacco, people that roll your own. There's pipe tobacco, which is a different cut of tobacco. So of course the tobacco industry is going to thrive. Cigars are a huge tobacco industry thing, whatever you want to call it. And a cigar is smoked completely different than, say, a pipe tobacco or a cigarette. So the tobacco industry essentially is always going to pay to try to put people out that compete with that industry. But they've also got the sources and funds to do so. So, I mean, why not flex when you can? Oh, I'm flexing right now. I don't like how when it's panning, the sound kind of bugs out like that. I apologize. I'm not sure what I can do to fix that. If we go to the landing gear here for a bit. Well, I was kind of hoping our approach into San Diego would take us on 2-7 instead of 9er. However, any landing into this airport is quite fun. 2-7 is a little more fun than 9er, but that's okay. We'll still have fun either way landing this beast. According to my ForFlight, our ETE is 38 minutes. That tends to be fairly accurate. We are, I mean, absolutely hauling with a cost index of 93, sorry. Briefing myself on this little approach. We're probably not going to fly the whole arrival, to be honest, since we're coming into 09. This arrival is actually putting us on a better path into 27. Seems the winds have actually changed in our favor. Localizer winds are 210 now at 7 knots. So we should be good to go for 27. Which means we need to update some stuffs. Okay. Flight plan. What's up? Arrival. We want localizer 27 now. Sorry. Comics 1, LAX still. Is there a Vias? No Vias. There is on my ForFlight. That's okay though. Alright. Go ahead and activate that. Pull this up real quick over to plan mode. And I love how it does that, don't you? This is why we check. This is why we check it! We're so far zoomed out, that's probably, yeah, there we go. Yeah! Alright. Alright. 2,700 feet is where we're going to need to be once we get there. Cool. Alright. We're should be good to go. With that. This pilot has to go use the restroom. BRB. This is what co-pilots are for. So now you're gonna have to do your damn job, okay? So quit relaxing, smack the piss out of you here. There you go. Quit relaxing. Yeah, I just love how I have that control. I could just, you know, put them up. Get to work. I gotta go pee. Be right back, guys.
Mic off. Mic on.
Back. I'm back. All right. Cruising at Mach 795, basically Mach 0.8. I love it. Got a ground speed of, good Lord, 498 knots. True airspeed of 463. Damn. I like that speed. Well, what's everybody up to today? What are you guys going to do in San Diego? That is lovely. The clouds are clearing, at least. At least the clouds are clearing. We got 160 miles to top of descent. We'll wait till it's at about 80. We'll check our FMC for the altitudes we need, and we'll get all that stuff dialed in for our descent. Until then, enjoy chase plane cinematics. Yes! Look at that flat cloud. Thank you, Rex. Those are fluffy, though. I like fluffy clouds. As I rip my vape. Rex is having one hell of a time with them flat clouds. But there's also puffy clouds out there, again, so... California is a fun area to fly in. The coastal region makes for some pretty epic shots sometimes. It's got some mountains here and there too, so that also makes for some good cinematics. Those effects are amazing, actually. That's definitely not default sim. Thank you, FSLabs, for that. Let's get a better look at that, shall we? Because, just saying, just noticed, no big deal or anything, but the way those fold over like some vortices is amazing. It's got like a roll and a spiral to it. That is kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. That's really cool. Anyway. Back to what I was saying. California is pretty fun to fly in. Wish I had a little more scenery for it. I mainly have Alaska because I thought, oh, GA flying in Alaska is awesome. And it is. In fact, me and Buddy did some GA flying in the valleys up there in the mountains. Doing touch and goes, full stops at little airstrips and stuff that Orbix has modeled in the region. For free, basically. They basically just like come with the region, essentially. So that was really cool and fun to do. I did record some of that, so be looking for that on the channel in the future as well. I briefly mentioned San Francisco approach coming to the channel in the near future as well. So that's going to be part of a new series I have in mind that I'm hoping to be able to start and execute exactly how I have pictured it, so that it is epic and brilliant, and we're going to use that series to just recreate real-world flights similar to this one, although a little more cinematic, so I'm kind of limited with the whole live aspect. I can't really rewind and try to get cinematics and stuff that way, and actually I don't know if that would work really well in this airplane on this platform in the first place, but cheeseburger for lunch. Cheeseburger for sure. Tom asked if he should have a grilled cheese or a cheeseburger for lunch, and he should definitely have a cheeseburger for lunch with a side of fries. But back to what I was saying about the idea for this new series on my channel. I'm hoping to, I didn't say hey Siri, Jesus. I'm hoping to be able to execute it as brilliantly as I have in my mind. But basically we're just going to use it to recreate real-world flights, again similar to this one. Just with a little more cinematic-y taste involved. So I kind of did a glare shield view earlier, which I will do again. Okay, we got a little bit left before top of descent. So I really like that glare shield view there. Angus beef, Tom. You're gonna use Angus beef? In my opinion, anyway. So we'll do a lot of the approaches and stuff, you know, from camera angles like this, or from a passenger's window, a passenger perspective, and also from the external view, you know, whether it be from tower or following the airplane, getting a nice close-up shot of the landing gear touching down, little smoke effects and stuff. But yeah, I'm hoping to be able to make it eye candy-ish. Even on the longer flights, you know, I'm hoping to keep each episode between the 20 and 30 minute mark. Just really depends on what happens. And I also plan on sharing, you know, common mistakes and stuff that maybe I made a mistake. I don't want to ruin anything for any future episodes, but I have made mistakes, and maybe all of us can learn from them. Maybe you've made the same mistake, or something along those lines. So might be some lessons involved, some mistakes that I've made, or things like that when it comes to flying an aircraft, landing an aircraft, even on the flight simulator. I hope it'll be interesting and grab everybody's attention. But yeah, be looking for that very soon on the channel. Got the footage, just got to edit the footage, and time has been of the essence recently. I almost said essence. Of the essence. Our top of descent is coming up here. It's a little earlier than I wanted to plan, or wanted to go through the FMC here, but that's okay. 6,000. So unlike a Boeing aircraft, this airplane will not descend for us, and we need to watch for that top of descent to pull our altitude thingy, turn knob thingy majigger, you know. But yeah, let's turn the dome light off. I was just excited to use it for the time being because I didn't get to on my last install. Something went buggy and it was just like, nope, no dome light. So I had to do a clean install. Got her going. Here we are using the dome light in the daylight for who knows why, because I can use it finally. The mechanic finally replaced the bulb. Whoops. I knew I... Alright. Jeez. Quit yelling at me. I accidentally bumped my throttle on my joystick and knocked it out of the climb detent for the auto throttles. The auto throttles started yelling at me. They tend to be temperamental at times. Actually, it's mainly down to my joystick and all of its noisy controlliness. I hate it. I wish I could afford better controls. But, not yet. In due time, guys, in due time. Thank you, Tom, for the words of encouragement. You got it, boss. I used to be a boss. Now I run a CNC machine. Well, when we need to run the CNC machine, I guess. But it's still fun. A little bit of refill on the vape juice here. Let's check our pressurization. You know, probably a little late to do this given how we're getting ready for our descent, but you know, no big deal. No big deal. At least we looked at it. That bug gut on the window. This airplane persistently models bug guts on the windows, and it's amazing if you ask me. Hey now.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, most with massive discounts. Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your seat. If you'd like to see any products, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Yeah, get back to altitude, dog. What you doing? Huh? Man, can't rely on nothing anymore. The nerves are starting to set in to give you guys a smooth-ass landing. That's what I like to refer to them as. Smooth-ass landings. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, my descent rate per minute's just gotta be 1. Because then you float halfway down the runway and end up having to overbrake, and it just doesn't make for a good time. So I like to shoot for the landing zone. Focus on a proper flare, and I think with a proper flare comes a proper touchdown descent. So we'll see. We got some fuel transferring going on here. Let's monitor the fuel pages. Oh, putting fuel from the outer tanks to the inner tanks. That's why it says outer tank fuel cross feed there. FRD, what? I'm just going to say cross-feed, even though feed isn't spelled with an R. And it should go out. shortly. Maybe. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just going to keep transferring air. Maybe it's just going to keep transferring air. Alright, so it asked me to input destination data, so I might as well please it. I'm gonna go over to my second monitor here and use good old trusty Active Sky, which has been giving us live weather this flight. If I could hit the 134.8 is the ATIS frequency, but I'm going to go out on a whim here and say I am not within range yet. What do you know? What do you know? Right. So this thing is giving us a temperature of 14, wind of 210 at 7, excellent. Our decision height, probably just gonna use 200. You know, seems to just work there. Well, the pressure is 299.5. Do not forget the decimal. Otherwise, the aircraft will scream at you. Doing full flaps. Alright, destination data is inputted. Be careful not to click that previous phase button too much, because then you'll activate approach inadvertently, and that slows your aircraft down to approach speeds. We don't want that yet. Not yet. Soon. It's coming up. Are you going to stop transferring fuel that's non-existent? Or what, dog? I think it's just going to do its own thing. It's supposedly an automated system, so...
Mic off.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to turbulence, would you please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt? For your comfort and safety, hot beverages will not be served while the seatbelt sign is on. Please do not use the toilets until the captain switches off the seatbelt sign.
Mic on.
Alright, let's prepare ourselves for the descent ahead. Systems are all looking good. No lights are on, so that's great news in an Airbus, actually. We're still transferring fuel from the outer tanks. Not quite sure how to shut that off, but I've usually just ignored it because it's green. I'm going to use medium auto brake. It is a shorter runway with what I believe is referred to as a displaced threshold.
Lynchburg Airport information, Whiskey 1849er Puma, wind 171 at 9er, visibility greater than 20 miles, sky conditions 4,400 scattered, temperature 2 warm 2.15, altimeter 2993, visual runway 9er in use, landing and departing runway 9er, EFR aircraft stay direction of flight, all aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Whiskey. Lynchburg Airport information, Whiskey 1849er Puma, wind 171 at 9er, visibility greater than 20 miles, sky conditions 4,400 scattered.
Interesting.
Warm 2.15, altimeter.
That's not San Diego. Oh, I passed my top of descent because I was worried about weather. Get down there!
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your
Oh, shit.
laptop inside.
How about I put in 7,000?
Armrest
Get down
down,
there!
and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
Actually want 6,000 and cool. And that optimum descent is crazy. Get rid of that. Nice coastal flight. Lovely. Let's descend with a little bit of speed brake here. Little bit of turbulence, no big deal. Got to be ready with these here speed brakes. Ah, going through cloud. I love going through clouds. Yeah! Sip of sweet tea, just in case shit gets serious in this cloud. You never know what could be in a cloud. Go ahead, full speed brake for a moment. Slow us down. What's up? Still in the cloud. Still in the cloud. It's cold. It's cold. We're approaching where we want to be with our altitude as well. There's the airport. Hey now. And let's go ahead and disengage that again. Hold 6,000 feet here. Once we get down there, really. And we'll extend our downwind just a little bit to allow us time to get down to 2,700 feet. For our Charlie India Juliet Hotel India waypoint there to start our approach. So we'll let the navigation do its thing for a moment, and then we land. And we land right there. A little bit of turbulence. A little bit of autogen popping in. That's cool too. Lots of turbulence. Alright, here we are, 6,000 feet. We'll hold this for a moment. And then I will set in our computers and such after this next waypoint. I always get antsy on the arrival stage. I just want to do the approach and landing because it's like one of my favorite things. The approach and landing, how could it not be? The aircraft is wanting to approach. Alright. $2,700. Flaps one. Oh. Try to pop these up so that you guys can see them too. Got flaps set 2 degrees. Waiting to drop the gear here just another few seconds.
Cabin crew seats for landing, please.
The airport is in sight. Well,
2000.
see how well this goes, shall we? Oh, that would probably help, wouldn't it? Ha! Alright, flaps full, landing gear is down. The airplane's actually flying the approach itself right now, but we will disengage. Chill. Did it on purpose. high. I'm slightly to the right. But hey. I'm like way high. And way right.
1,000.
Correcting.
Terrain.
Not so bad, is it?
500. 400.
Still a little high.
100 above. Minimum.
Landing a little right.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard 10, 5.
Reversers! Get on that center line. Oh yeah. Okay, we'll clear the runway, get our flaps up and such. Slow it down just a little bit for this turn. Okay. Flaps are up. Spoilers are retracted.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging,
All right.
or internet access may now be used.
Now we
Please make sure
taxi
that you take all your
to a
personal
gate of our
belongings with you,
choosing.
checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the
That I
lockers if
cannot
anything
do.
falls out.
Sully,
Smoking is not
unfortunately,
permitted. Designated smoking area.
after I park this aircraft at the gate, I'm working on an FSLabs project. It's kind of been 3 months since my last upload, and I didn't even realize it, so that's the only reason I'm here now. Slowing it down. We're going to go into this little thing here, see what's up. All these say southwest, but that's all right. It's like NASCAR. I'm making a left turn. I think those are heavy gates off to my right. So we're going to go to this guy. Number 17. excuse me. We'll set the parking brake, ensure that the APU is on. Wrong button. APU is on and running. APU bleed on. And off. Off. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. To like it, subscribe to the channel, supports me the most. And we will see you guys next time. As always, thanks for watching.